Hello everyone, I'm Laura Starling and this is Queen City Fame, where we put the Q in Queen and the F in Fame. From pagers to cell phones to apps. These are lines of communication that keeps us binded together. Speaking of apps, we have the creator here of the HBCU app, Mr. Kelvin Jones. And we also have with us the Director of Marketing and Sales, Mr. Jerald White. Hi guys.
Hey Laura, how are you?
Good. Who's Mr. Kelvin Jones?
Great question, Laura. Kelvin Jones is I'd say a quiet, humble guy who loves technology, loves giving back, loves his HBCU and his HBCU community. So,
Let's hold that, stop that thought right there. HBCU, what is a HBCU? For the audience that...
Exactly. Very good question. So for your artisans that do not know what HBCU is, it's historically black colleges and universities.
Yes.
It's about 105 HBCUs nationwide. North Carolina has the largest number of HBCUs. I think they have about 11 HBCUs here in the state of North Carolina. So it's pretty exciting.
Fantastic. So who is Mr. Jerald White?
Jerald White is a Charlotte native. I've been here all my life. In fact, I even went to school here. I decided to stay here in Charlotte. I am a father, and I am a hard-working young individual.
Right.
And owner of a transportation company is what I do by day. And throughout the day, I also push and we like to call ourselves evangelists for the HBCU app.
Exactly.
That's essentially who I am. I love giving back. I love giving back to this great community. Pretty much in a nutshell, that's who I am.
So you said the HBCU app, you guys, this is your love. So
Yes.
Did you guys go to HBCU?
Yes. So I went to South Carolina State University down in Orangeburg, South Carolina. I graduated there with a degree in economics. So I was in the business department, but always had a love for math and always for a love for technology. And of course, technology during my time was not really as it is today. So so eventually I just migrated into the technology world and started this whole app and website development and so on and so forth. And this is where we are today. Yeah.
Okay. Did you go to a HBCU as
In
well?
fact, I did here in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I attended Johnson C. Smith University.
Johnson C. Smith University.
Home
Let's
of
say it
the
loud.
Golden Bulls.
Golden Bulls.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, ma'am. So when I was there, I studied social work. And oddly enough, I have not been a social worker not one day in my life. I guess by title I have. But as concerning social work, I feel that this is what I'm doing with the HBCU app. Out here in the community, making the phone calls, making the connections, all with a desire to give back and help this community.
How was your experience at a HBCU?
I am originally from Greenville, South Carolina. After finishing high school in Greenville, South Carolina, going to South Carolina State, just didn't know what to expect. Had never gone to a homecoming, never gone to a game or any of that stuff. And so to get there, my cousin and I went at the same time. And it just was like, wow, this is very exciting. Just to see my people are doing well, very smart, very educated. The faculty, administration cared about your students. You felt the love of an HBCU like you would feel at your home.
Right.
And so to me, that was probably the most important thing. And of course, the social aspect was just great as well. So being around all of my people, having fun and pledging a fraternity and doing all of that stuff.
What fraternity you pledged?
So I pledged Kappa.
Kappa?
Kappa Alpha Psi.
Okay.
Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
Just in case anybody doesn't know.
Okay.
So just doing all of that and having all of those experiences, and I sung in a choir down at State. So it was just very exciting, and toured across the U.S. as an ambassador for the school with the choir. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, it was a great thing, and I had a great time.
So how was your experience at Johnson C. Smith University?
Oh, my experience at Johnson C. Smith was really life-changing because I grew up in a very traditional setting. So when I went to college, it was pretty much like almost a culture shock, almost like, I guess a fish out of water, but in a good way though. It gave me a chance to learn a lot about myself. Being a young man, 18 years old, I was kind of going through the whole phase of smelling myself and all that stuff. So it gave me a chance to grow up in a lot of ways. It gave me a chance to experience life from a different aspect, and it just really changed my life all the way around. So while I was there, I was very active in the band.
What'd you play?
I played the trombone.
Okay.
I played the trombone, so I was the section leader my final year there, and got a chance to travel all across the country. I got a chance to participate in the very first Honda Dollar bands. And actually, Nick Cannon came to Johnson C. Smith because he has ties here in Charlotte. I got the opportunity to meet him before Drumline came out. So the whole experience at Johnson C. Smith, like Mr. Jones said, it was like a family. The whole family environment, the whole everybody just embracing the culture, embracing the heritage. We felt like we was all in it together.
So as far as like, it was more of a family environment, do you think there's specific benefits to African Americans going to HBCUs rather than other universities?
Yes, I would say yes.
Okay.
And the reason I would say yes is that because if you look where we are today and where we've come from and how we're not that far away from where we could not get into those other institutions, PWIs or predominantly white institutions. So the only institutions that was available to us were HBCUs. So you see a lot of the doctors, lawyers, generals, just big names and big titles come through HBCUs.
So how did you guys meet?
My mom worked at an establishment here in the Queen City that Mr. Jones was also a part of. Oddly enough, I was in the midst of a career change, and she recommended that Mr. Jones become a mentor. So I went and met with him, and we spoke a few times about my resume. He gave me all the big words. As you see, he's well spoken. He gave me all the big words to put in the resume. And then after that, he shortly mentioned, he said, "Hey, I have this app. Let's meet up." And it was right before the CIAA. I think around 2015. 2015. So he showed me the app, and immediately it struck like a burning fire on the inside of me, because I understood the value of it right away, and I understood the need for it as well. So in a nutshell, that's how we met, and we've been tag teaming, trying to take over the world ever since.
So what was your inspiration for creating the app?
My love for HBCUs, and certainly it initiated with my love for South Carolina State. So graduating from South Carolina State, being in technology, I'm like, okay, how can I get back to South Carolina State? I start seeing that there are websites out there, but they all have their own little piece of information. So I said, well, why don't I create something to pull it all together and then add some of the other pieces and parts to it, and that's how the app started.
So there's a platform that I noticed on the app for fraternities and sororities.
Yes.
So how can these organizations benefit from this app?
So not all fraternity sororities started in HBCU, but they are predominantly African Americans.
Right.
And they are very, very big on HBCU campuses as well. And so I saw that as an opportunity to, now again, tap into the folks that are in that group, if you will, or that community or that organization, and give them a platform by which they can showcase all the things that they're doing, their community involvement, and then also give them an opportunity to use the app to do some of their marketing, selling, advertising. So all of those things, making it available to them so that, again, moving them away from websites, moving them into the mobile arena, if you will, or as we state, mobilizing the community, giving them that mobile presence so that they now have an opportunity to use the app to do the things that they do normally.
So how would sports organizations benefit from this?
Sports organizations can benefit from this just pretty much the same way as the different fraternities and sororities, pretty much putting their information in the section that Mr. Jones will create for them. If we can work with a school and they have a football program, let's use that as an example. If they have their own media department,
Let's work that media department to start to record or you broadcast your football games.
Right.
Use the app to showcase that or show that game.
Right.
And then tell your students, your alumni, friends and family of the university, hey, all of our games are now broadcasted on the HBCU app. So now the school is helping themselves. They're also helping the HBCU app go on our downloads. And then we're going to help them create advertisement dollars too. So, okay, now let's work with people in your community because now they're going to be seen by thousands or possibly millions of people now. So let them know that, hey, you are now being broadcast on HBCU app, and now they have a platform to showcase their whatever advertisement that you want to put out there. And so now that funnels money back into the schools.
The celebrity that has put support behind this app, Mr. Tom Joyner.
Yes.
How did that introduction happen?
In December of 2014, before I got laid off, I did like an initial launch just to see if it had any value out there and to test it out. And I had a good friend I used to work with. He pushed me. He's like, dude, if you're gonna wait for it to be perfect, you'll never get it out there.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just push it out there as is. And so that was in December, and then it came back in February, relaunched, got laid off, and then sent an email to the Tom Joyner Foundation. I saw that they partnered with different people doing different things. I knew Tom Joyner does things within the HBCU community.
Right.
So I was like, hey, I don't have anything to lose.
Right.
I don't have a job. I don't have nothing but time on my hands. So,
Exactly.
So I wrote an email, a pretty lengthy email talking about the HBCU app, my love for HBCUs, what drove me to create the app, and they responded. They sent me an email back. They said, thank you for your interest. We will check out your app and we will contact you, if there's, if it's an opportunity. And then they contacted me back.
What advice would you give someone wanting to create an app?
The advice that I would give anybody that's wanting to do an app, know what you really want to do. See if there's value in what you're trying to produce or what you're trying to put out there for users to see. Because if the user can't connect with it, they can't see value in it, they're going to download it and then delete it.
Right.
Or uninstall, excuse me. Know that you're offering a product or service or something that connects with that individual. Once you think you have that product, then I'd say search out for someone that understands the technology. If you're not a technology person, find someone that understands the technology and work with them and sell them on your vision. But if you're a technology person, then work with somebody who understands design or front end so that you're not a techie but still can't sell a product because you got a good product, you just can't produce it on the front end.
That's right.
So you got to connect.
How can the audience follow you guys?
We are on the different platforms as the HBCU app on Instagram, the HBCU app on Facebook, and the HBCU app on Twitter.
That's fantastic. Thank you guys for sharing all this great information about
Absolutely.
HBCUs. I didn't go to HBCU, so I really did not know as much as you're sharing. So it's great knowledge here. But thank you guys so much.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. That's the end of our show, guys. Thank you for joining Queen City Fame, where we put the Q in Queen and the F in Fame. See you next time.
Man, I can't believe what I just seen in this girl's phone. I gave her everything I had just to find out she been cheating this whole time. This is when I realized that my happiness can't depend on no one else. It's gotta come from within. At this moment, this is where the old me ended and the new me began. I ain't been the same since my brother Nate died. And my ex cheated on me at the same time. I was heartbroken, that's why I'm so vulnerable. Man, you never know what somebody be going through. Say you regret it, girl, that's just one of your favorite lies. Girl, you know that you ain't right, like you plagiarized. How could you do this to me, girl? I met your family. I'm going crazy, I don't understand it. Man, tonight I'm going crazy. Tonight I'm going crazy. I met a chick from Hawaii. She like to play her ukulele. Hey man, tonight I'm going crazy. Tonight I'm going crazy. Man, I just talked to God, he got me. He just told me keep on praying. Everything that happened be at GODSPEED. And that's what I've been on. If it weren't for prayer, where would I be? And that's what I've been on. Everything that happened is at GODSPEED. And that's what I've been on. The blessings be so real, it don't surprise me. Man, lately it's like I can keep a friend. I just need someone to vent. You ain't got a good vibe, get from around me, I'm content. Man, I can never ever cross nobody for a cent. Being rich don't make you happy, being happy make you rich. Man, that come from meditation. I be in my higher self. How you say you love somebody, you don't even love yourself. You don't know that self-love is what really bring you wealth. Man, I really need some help. Man, tonight I'm going crazy. Tonight I'm going crazy. I met this chick came from Hawaii. She like to play her ukulele. Hey man, tonight I'm going crazy. Tonight I'm going crazy. Man, I just talked to God, he got me. Man, he just told me keep on praying. And that's what I've been on. Everything that happened be at GODSPEED. And that's what I've been on. If it weren't for prayer, where would I be? And that's what I've been on. Everything that happened is at GODSPEED. And that's what I've been on. The blessings be so real, it don't surprise me. Nothing really matters.
My name is Andrea Beach, and I'm a promotional model.
My name is Brittney Culbreath, and I am a promotional model.
My name is Nichole Bee, and I'm a promotional model.
Hello, my name is Jessica Turcotte, and I am a promotional model.
Hi, I'm AmberAmber, and I am a promotional model.
Hi, my name is Kayshia Kruger, and I am a promotional model.
I am Danae Cipolloni, and I am a promotional model.
Hello everyone, this is Queen City Fame, where we put the Q in Queen and the F in Fame. This is our I Am a Promotional Model segment, and we have lovely models here that's going to talk about what it is to be a promotional model. We have the lovely Brittney. We have the fantastic Kayshia. We have the marvelous Amber. We have the gorgeous Andrea. We have the beautiful Danae. We have the fantastic singer Nichole. And we have the fantastic Jessica. So the question I have for you guys, very first thing, is what is a promotional model?
A promotional model, brand ambassador, is someone that advocates, represents, and markets a brand, providing brand awareness to the community or potential customers.
So isn't there a difference between a promotional model and a brand ambassador?
Well, promotional models are basically brand ambassadors with a particular look. So the client is looking for right height, right weight, right hair color, whereas brand ambassadors are there to promote the brand and have product knowledge and engage the client and the consumer to tell them about what we're offering, whether it be cars or cereal or even Coca-Cola.
How did you get into the promotional model industry?
You know, I got into the promotional model industry just watching my cousin Ashley. I said, I gotta get out of this job, but this 9-to-5 is killing me. I said, what do you do for a living? And that's when she started explaining to me the promotional business and marketing. She actually went to school, she has her MBA in marketing, she went to school in Chicago. And she explained the industry to me. And she was like, you know, this is the promotional model side, brand ambassador, you know, what you'll be doing. And that's basically what I do. She said she travels, she makes great money, and she basically entertains and has fun, but she's making money doing it. Mm-hmm. So she's like, this is what you need to do. This is how you set up your resume. Go out there and hustle. And I've been doing it ever since.
So, do y'all remember your first promotional model gig?
Yeah.
Y'all do?
Yeah.
Very first one?
Yeah.
I remember mine. What was your first one, Kayshia?
Ciroc. And we were representing P. Diddy, and I believe it was Prohibition in Charlotte here, and it was a college night. And I remember being so afraid because you had to look for the X's on the hand to make sure that you weren't giving out the samples to someone under 21. But it was just so much fun. I loved being able to wear the uniforms that we had and just hype up the crowd.
Right. So Amber, do you remember?
It was college, and it was for in Atlanta, it was for a DJ at a club, and I just passed out flyers at Clark Atlanta and Morris Brown at the time. And I remember the first time I seen Little John, he came up in his car, and I was so terrified. He rolled his window down, he had these dark tints, and I saw gold teeth, he was like, yeah! And I was like, and I took the flyers and I threw them in the trash, and I was like, I'm done.
Oh gosh, can anybody top that? All right.
So I love import cars, so I used to go to Hot Import Nights all the time in Charlotte and travel around, and so I started being a familiar face, and Team RPM asked me to model for them. So the next thing you know, I'm like leaning on cars, and then I actually got on Monster Energy drink from that, which ended up being my full-time job.
Oh, nice. How important do you think outside beauty is to booking gigs and booking promotional jobs?
Depends on really what you're trying to book. And so if it's more of a liquor promotion, makeup, something to that aspect, you definitely have to look the part. Mm-hmm. Versus if you're just asking for basic surveys or handing out cans of soda or granola bars. It's totally different. Like what we do, like everybody, most of us do Hennessy or Ciroc or a liquor brand. You have to be able to, one, fit the outfit, which you have to be at least a size 8 at the biggest.
8 and under.
Yes. And you have to be able to walk in heels. You have to be makeup ready all the time, hair looking flawless. So that's a big part of it. Beauty's a huge part of it.
So do you all just work liquor brands, or is there anything else? Give me some other brands.
So I actually worked the PGA championship for the PGA. So
nice.
It was a little bit of a different client, but it was still a lot of fun. So.
Right.
And I worked the Wells Fargo golf tournament, and for Wells Fargo. And all I did was stand there, and I was like, welcome to the Wells Fargo experience.
I worked for Cycle Bar in New York, and the promotion event was a little bit different than normal. I actually had to go to Fox News and be on their segment in the morning.
Nice.
It was really, really cool.
So how important is social media, do you think, to booking jobs? Have any of you guys been booked through social media like Instagram or Facebook?
Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook is definitely important.
And Twitter too, because some of the agencies will post jobs on Twitter, and if you're linked with them, it's very easy to immediately apply. So it's really kind of sometimes first come, first served basis. Sometimes it's not what you know is who you know, or it's based on skill alone.
Your resume.
Yeah.
Your resume.
Yeah.
And it's also
I've got messages in my direct message as well.
Yeah, me too.
it's also helpful to have a Facebook profile that's separate from your personal
That's what I was
Facebook,
gonna
like
say.
a Facebook like page for your promotional, because you can link that into your resume and people can click on that directly, so they're not all in your business.
Right, they can see
or
just your
they don't
pictures.
see something that turns them off about you. So social media is key. In fact, that's the way I book most of my gigs.
Now, so you guys work a lot of different events. Do any of you speak any other language other than English?
Yes, I do. Yo hablo español.
So could you say I'm more than a promotional model in Spanish?
Yo soy más de un modelo promocional.
Fantastic. Anybody else?
Bueno, chica. I'm working on my Spanish. I really am. I'm getting there. I'm gonna be fluent.
Anybody else?
I don't speak it, but
Got it.
American Sign Language.
All right.
And I can speak a little Chinese.
Okay, go ahead.
Ni hao, ni shui xing zamayan.
We are all up promotional models here, but you're not only a promotional model. What else do you do?
So outside of being a promotional model, I'm an event and program coordinator. So I travel across the country coordinating conferences, anywhere from 600 to 3,000-4,000 people. I even have a show coming up that's going to be about 8,000 people next year. So that's what I do outside of this, and I absolutely love it.
Well, I just finished my master's in organization development, and I have a certificate for executive coaching. So I just consultant for organizations, primarily focused on change and leadership development.
I primarily am a promotional model, on-site manager, and brand ambassador. But outside of that, I'm a mom, I'm an artist, I'm a poet, I'm an author. I do everything with arts with my hands, to just poetry, open mics. I'm always talking.
Well, I'm a mom as well, and I do this a lot, but I am a bartender, a bar manager, and a consultant to other bars to help them, do training manuals, train the bartenders, help them, bring their business, revive their business, sort of like a female bar rescue type of thing.
I was in marketing management, but I actually recently resigned from that to start a few businesses that I've been wanting to do for a while. So now I have more free time and more flexibility. I want to be able to be my own boss and create my own schedule and not have to listen to anybody give orders or anything like that.
Well, I am an artist, a singer-songwriter. Also, I work in the aviation industry.
I'm still in school, so I'm trying to dabble in a couple little things to see what I want to do best. But I'm trying to get my real estate license right now. I'm an operations manager for a couple beauty salons here in Charlotte. And I like to also be on the recruiting and hiring side of the promotional model industry as well. So I'm just trying to figure out what I have.
Like, what do you think the perception people have of promotional models? Most of us work in the industry in a lot of nightlife.
Right.
What do you think that perception is, or what do you hear people say?
That was sweaty.
Yeah, that's probably the main one, that they think we're loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
Or
And
we're
that
not
we're
smart. Or we're dumb.
not smart.
They think we're dumb.
Yeah. How important is product knowledge to actually promoting a brand?
Very important. There's so many pretty faces out there and so many girls that are in this industry that it is so much more than just your looks. You need to have extensive knowledge on the brand or product that you're promoting, because sometimes you may be the only interaction a consumer has with that brand, and you want to make sure that they're left with a positive and memorable experience.
How hard do you guys think it is to go out and have fun without people recognizing you?
It's so difficult, and it's so like people like, oh, come meet me here, and I'm like, no, because I work there, and because I changed my look up, I call myself a modeling chameleon. And so when I'm doing nightlife promotion, I have my wig on, and but when I'm going out and this is my time, there's no wig, so people are like, oh, I know you. How your hair? Your hair is different, so that might be one thing, or you just don't want to like let your guard down, even though you're not getting paid to represent that brand at that moment that you're going out.
They associate
always
you with that.
representing
Yes,
that
You still wanna be
brand.
professional.
You're always
Exactly.
representing
So y'all are very personable, very friendly, very outgoing. How important is that to be when you're out doing a promo job to be personable?
Oh gosh, everything. Being the way we are, it's like a magnet to the public. They want to come see what we're doing.
Right.
Like they're like, oh, well, what are they doing? They're having way too much fun. So they make a beeline to us. It makes our job 10 times easier just because we're having a good time. It brings them to us, and it just goes from there.